Yeah, we're having a meeting. This week. No, adjust. I saw it, probably there. Well, it's we were checking on your time, trying to find the right, people who are good grades, we're gonna try to do away with what we're, so Erie County is the model. Because we have a lot more. Whatever. So. Well, I said, it's a funny thing, ours had this list, how much our kids have. I said, I don't know.
Welcome, everyone. Please stand for the prayer and remain standing for the pledge as well. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Father, we thank you for everyone gathered here now. Thank you, excuse my voice, thank you that you know each of us by name and have caused us to walk with you. We say that we are dependent on you and our trust is in you completely. We ask that you would come by with your Holy Spirit and inspire our hearts today. Come fill our lives with your love, fill our conversations with your grace and truth, fill this meeting with your presence. We ask this for your glory and praise. Amen.
Amen.
I'd like to call this meeting to order, July 3rd, Tuesday, 6:33 p.m. Can I have roll call, please?
Alderman Tyler.
Here.
Pecoraro.
Here.
Berube. Here. Braun.
Here.
Zazilka.
Here.
Also present, Mayor Arthur G. Pappas and City Attorney Luke Brown. Also in the audience, we have County Legislator Rich Andres and City Judge Sean Nickerson.
All right, at this moment here for our mayor's opening comments, we will be offering a proclamation for the Girl Scouts Gold Award. We'll start off with that. If we wanted, did you want to start off, Rich, with yours or for the senators? And then we'll go on to, yep. And then the city officials can go last. Come right up. Come right up.
On behalf of Senator Orr, I want to congratulate both of you. Whereas Noelle Nickerson has earned her Girl Scout Gold Award, and whereas we, the Senate of the State of New York, recognize the hours and selfless dedication Noelle gave to earning her Gold Award, and whereas Girl Scouts are required to discover, connect, take action, and produce leadership skills. Whereas Noelle has developed lifelong skills in her journey to Gold Award. And whereas Noelle has made a lasting difference in the local community and provided weekly technology training classes for community senior citizens, teaching over 50 seniors specific technology skills. Whereas Noelle Nickerson serves as an example to all through her high level of personal achievement, leadership, community service, and we are very proud that Noelle is a member of our community. Now therefore, be it resolved that I, State Senator Robert G. Orr, and the New York State Senate do hereby recognize and extend our most sincere greetings to Noelle for this accomplishment. In witness hereof, I set my hand and cause to be affixed the seal of the State of New York Senate. I'm sorry, this 3rd day of July. Senator Robert G. Orr. Gabrielle, I'm going to shorten yours a little because the first part of it is the same. So, whereas Gabrielle has developed leadership skills and held workshops at North Tonawanda Middle School to teach about the STEM field, holding 3 different hands-on activities that show them the many career paths from the STEM field. Whereas Gabrielle Schrock serves as an example to all through her high level of personal achievement, leadership, and community service, and we are very proud that Gabrielle is a member of our community. Therefore, be it resolved that I, State Senator Robert G. Orr, in the New York State Senate, do hereby recognize and extend our most sincere greetings to Gabrielle for this accomplishment. We honor both her and those who have guided her with best wishes for an even brighter future. Witness hereof, I set my hand and cause to be affixed the seal of the State Senate of New York on this day, 3rd day of July, Senator Robert G. Orr.
Thank you for letting me come tonight on this beautiful summer evening, and there's no place I'd rather be right here with all of you folks.
Very reminiscent.
My wife feels the same way. But, Ms. Gabrielle Schock of the City of North Tonawanda for the achievements of the Girl Scouts of Western New York for the Gold Award. On the occasion of the Girl Scouts of Western New York Girl Scout Gold Award ceremony, the Narren County Legislature would like to honor and recognize Ms. Gabrielle Schock on receiving the Girl Scouts Gold Award. Gabrielle has demonstrated outstanding leadership qualities and dedication to Girl Scouting in her local community. In addition, Gabrielle went to the North Tonawanda Middle School and did a workshop with the students based around the STEAM field. She and had 3 different hands-on activities for the students that helped show them the different career paths that were options from the STEAM field. Leadership, dedication, and hard work that Gabrielle Schock exemplifies has earned her the respect and admiration of her friends and family and fellow Girl Scouts. I wish Ms. Schrock continued success in all of her future endeavors. And witness whereof Randy Bratt, this is County Legislator Randy Bratt, who's in your district, who was not able to make it tonight. But congratulations. Ms. Noelle Nickerson, who I've had the pleasure of having in my class. She was a star student in a not-so-star class, but I remember that fondly. I also remember from her many youth board achievements with her mom and seeing her late at night at prom breakfast and things like that. And this year you took the year off from working, didn't you?
That was my problem.
You're not going to be dedicated, Noelle. I don't know if I should give it. Ms. Noelle Nickerson of the City of North Tonawanda for the achievements of Girl Scouts of Western New York, the Gold Award. On this occasion, the Girl Scouts of Western New York and the Girl Scouts Gold Award ceremony, the Niagara County Legislature would like to honor and recognize Ms. Noelle Nickerson on receiving the Girl Scouts Gold Award. Noelle has demonstrated outstanding leadership qualities and dedication to Girl Scouting in her local community. In addition, she has put together classes and has taught over 50 seniors about specific technology skills that they needed, such as using their cell phones. They know how to do that. The leadership, dedication, and hard work that Noelle Nickerson exemplifies has earned her the respect and admiration of her friends, family, and fellow Girl Scouts. I wish Ms. Nickerson continued success in all of her future endeavors. The recognition tendered upon this occasion conveys official commendation from the Niagara County Legislature and cordial expression of esteem and witness whereof Richard Anders, that's my son.
We're not
We're
done.
not done yet.
One more.
The city.
Some of this will seem a little repetitious, but it's worth repeating. These girls have certainly done an outstanding job, and we want them to be really recognized. So we're doing it in threes, okay? And I've asked my fellow council people to come up to be a part of this, because whenever we have anything like this, I think, I know from hearing from them and talking to them, they say the same thing I do about you girls. Whenever students or whoever is receiving that, or they like to be a part of it, and I think it's only right. So I'm going to ask them to each read a part of this, and you can start with this one, it doesn't matter. And we can go right down here, okay.
Girl Scout Gold Award Ceremony, Gabrielle Schrock. Parents, Kenneth and Susan Schrock, hometown North Tonawanda. Girl Scouting has helped build my overall confidence and character. It has given me my opportunity to enhance my public speaking skills, develop networking skills, team building, and overall growing experience over the past 12 years. I have enjoyed the numerous people I've encountered, from scouts to leaders to business professionals. I look forward to continuing on as a volunteer with the Girl Scouts of Western New York to help shape and mold the scouts of our future.
Full steam ahead. For my project, I went to the North Tonawanda Middle School and did workshops with the students based around the STEAM field. I had 3 different hands-on activities for them to do that helped show the difference in the many career paths that were options from the STEAM field. I chose this project because I'm in the Academy of Engineering and Architecture at my school, and being only one of the few women in the academy, I wanted to show not only how important these careers were, but also how important it was to get more women involved and encourage young women to explore these careers. This project helped more young women know about these options and join the academy, and I have an interest in these career fields.
City of North Tonawanda would like to recognize Gabrielle Schrock on winning the Girl Scout Gold Award. As mayor of the City of North Tonawanda, I extend to you my best wishes on your future endeavors. Don't go away yet. There's more. Okay.
Noel Nickerson, parents Kelly and Sean Nickerson, hometown North Tonawanda. Girl Scouting has been a huge part of my life for the past 13 years. Throughout my time as a Girl Scout, I've made several lifelong friends, many of whom I have met through my troops and at camp. Girl Scouting gave my first job experience as a camp counselor and lifeguard. I have learned to work with girls of all ages, all while gaining lifelong skills. As a Gold Award recipient, I plan to use this distinction in all of my future endeavors.
Senior Technology Corner. I've focused on teaching technology to senior citizens in North Tonawanda. Through collaboration with city officials, Department of Youth, Parks and Recreation, and the North Tonawanda Senior Center, I established a weekly training class open to community seniors. I met with many different students and addressed their individual technology challenges, working primarily with their portable devices. We met in the senior center where I taught them the skills they need to be independent with their cell phones, tablets, and laptops. I started this project because I noticed my grandmother had problems using her cell phone when I was visiting her outside of state. Living so far away from her grandchildren, she had no younger people to ask for help.
I realized that seniors in my community would benefit from technology instruction. During my classes, I have taught over 50 seniors specific technology skills that they needed. In one case, I assisted a woman with setting up a Facebook account in order to communicate with her distant family members easier. Another student was unfamiliar with the basic operations and usage of a cell phone. I noticed that my program offered seniors a reason to come to the senior center where other social activities are offered. The center plans to continue these classes when I depart for college this summer, and I have assisted with recruiting other high school students to continue the program.
Yeah, I just wanted to say before we present this as well, that the Gold Award is the highest achievement within the Girl Scouts of the United States of America, earned by Senior and Ambassador Girl Scouts. As you can see, they all have several badges and accomplishments, and I think that they're highly decorated, and we're very proud to see that all these achievements are displayed. It's earned by only 5.4% of eligible Girl Scouts successfully earn the Gold Award. I just think that they deserve a real hearty round of applause for that.
And to finish up, first of all, I need your help with my cell phone.
I was gonna use that.
I need it badly. And, if you're willing to help, either one of you, I'm more than happy to get that help from you. Or any portable device that sends messages, receives text, whatever. I need the help. So, am I calling you? Both of you? The city of North Tonawanda would like to recognize Noelle Nickerson on winning the Girl Scout Gold Award. As mayor of the city of North Tonawanda, I extend to you my best wishes on your future endeavors.
Congratulations again. As we move forward, at this point, we're going to, on any agenda items, any public comments, please step forward to the microphone, state your name and address. And that's it. Any comments on tonight's agenda before we begin? Please step forward.
Thank you. Different spot. My name is Sonia Duza. I reside at 123 Miller Street in North Tonawanda. And on the agenda is proof of publication published 6/16/2018. One, public notice. The city of North Tonawanda has received an application to construct 16 new 4-unit townhouses at 1100 Sweeney Street. City engineer, he put a a public notice out, and it's required by law, by state law in our environmental review ordinance. That was put out on June 15th. I didn't see it till June 28th, when I was looking at your calendar, you know, for the upcoming month. I thought, oh, I'll hit news. So I clicked on the computer, news, and then I saw environmental notice. I clicked on that, and then I read the public notice, which I understand was in the public newspaper of record. This is it right here. It asks, because of time limitations, I'd like to read it, but I'm going to limit my comment. My comments will be limited. And it speaks about wanting your views, comments. And it can be read upstairs in City Hall on the second floor, or you can go to www.northtonawanda.org. Well, I did that. I went to the building, the engineering's office, since it was the engineer who was going to receive this. I clicked on, and when I clicked on, I got the drawings of the plan, which is, you know, part of the requirement. The drawings the drawings were very, very, very small print. Even when I increased my printing, I couldn't see it that well. The point is, it was information. When you're making comments on this project, you want to read these details. I couldn't read it. Okay. The other thing is, you're required to fill an EAF, an environmental assessment form. I think a lot of people know about that. That is crucial in making comments, because how can you speak on something if you don't know about it? And as our environmental ordinance says, it's required in chapter 37, section 37-4, statement regarding effect of proposed action for the purpose of assisting in the determination of whether an action may or will not have a significant effect on the environment. Applicants for permits or other approvals shall file a written statement. The statement provided herein shall be upon a form prescribed by the resolution of the city engineer, and shall contain such additional relevant information as shall be required in the prescribed form, the state form. Such statement shall be accompanied by drawings, sketches, maps, if any other, together with any other relevant explanatory material required
Sonia, you got a
by the
minute,
city
Sonia.
engineer. The point is, the drawings were there, and much more crucial in giving feedback is to have that EAF form.
You're saying that it wasn't
was not there.
publicly presented, Sonia? Were you saying that the EAF wasn't presented?
It was excluded.
It was excluded, but it is a requirement.
Yes, and I came Friday, and I said this to Dale. He said, no, it's there. And so I thought, okay. I went downstairs, and as I thought, the person who should put it through, it didn't happen. And
Who said it didn't happen?
so Dale gave me Friday, he gave me, printed it out.
Mhm.
I took it home, returned it and filled it out Monday. The point was that is crucially important when you are to make comments. You have to know what you're commenting about,
Right.
whether you like
So,
it, not, or want changes.
I'm still speaking, George. So, are you saying that there wasn't enough information for citizens to make a
There
decision?
was no information out. Granted, a person, if they could have the time to come to City Hall, second floor, and read it.
So when you said earlier, though, the public notice, you didn't see it until the 21st, or it didn't publish until the 21st?
It was published, I take his word on it, it was published on the 15th.
Well, you don't take
This-
his word,
this
there's a
shows-
legal notice that
This
it's published.
shows that it was June 15, it came out. And I believe it was in the paper, I believe in what he says.
Okay.
And it was in the paper and it was also on the internet. But believe me, I'm reading this on the 28th.
Mhm.
It's due the 29th.
Right, and then,
Well, you had 2 weeks to find the notice, that's not our fault that you didn't find the notice until the 28th. What would you like us to do about that?
This was buried. I would have thought you guys.
It was, Sonia, it was in the newspaper, it was posted in City Hall, and it was on the website like the code requires. What more would you like us to do?
On the website was not the EAF,
so
okay? That is crucially important. That like bumps all those other.
It's not
things.
required to be on the website. Per that code that you're reading, the clerk is responsible for having an environmental file, and that's held in his office. That's what that code, if you keep reading it, that's what it says.
The EAF.
So it's not required to be on the website. So per that code that you're reading, the city did what it was supposed to.
The point is, he writes in here, you can view it either at City Hall or on the website.
Okay.
I'm on the website, I'm thinking, how can I make comments? Friday, I went to his office, and then, so he knew, he gave me the actual document. And I took it home and I answered it and returned it.
Right, so the notice doesn't say it's available on the website. It says it's available in the city engineer's
It
office.
says,
It
it
does
says
not.
here, excuse me, sir. It says the plans are available for review in the city engineer's office, room 9, second floor of City Hall, 216 Payne Avenue, or online.
The plans were available online. Correct.
www.tonawanda.org.
Yep, you're correct. The plans are available online.
What?
The plans were available online. You're correct.
But they were not, they were excluded. It was just those very, very small printed
Plans,
drawings.
the plans.
And that's not the meat and potatoes. The real, when you read,
Well, that would be in the environmental file as it says in the code that you just read.
you're not understanding.
I am understanding
On the internet was to be
the
the
plans.
EAF
It doesn't say
and the
that.
drawings, and the
Not what it
drawings
says.
were there. These were excluded.
Those are in the environmental file as they were supposed to be.
That's an environmental assessment form that's required by the state.
I know
and-
that.
and
It was in
our-
the file that it was supposed to be in.
Sonia, thank you very much.
so that's, so it wasn't there, or was there? Was the EAF
The
public
EAF
knowledge
was not on
The
the file.
the EAF was in the environmental file, which is in the clerk's office, which is what the code says. So the city followed the code precisely. So to say we didn't is wrong.
The public notice said it would be available for people to read on the website.
It doesn't say that.
It was not on the website.
It doesn't say that. It's not what it says.
It says it can be reviewed either in the,
The
Plan.
plans, you're
The
skipping the
plans.
word.
engineer's
The
office,
plans can be
or it can
reviewed.
be read online, reviewed online.
Right.
It was not online.
You're reading words into there that aren't there. It says the plans can be read online, the plans were online. The environmental forms go into the environmental file per the code that you
This
just read.
notice,
Read
this-
read the rest of the code.
This notice, read your own,
I did read it.
read your
That's
own
why it's-
environmental,
Sonia.
37-4.
It
That has
says-
to be provided. It was
You have a
excluded.
copy. You have a copy.
It was excluded. Here's the thing.
It wasn't excluded, because it says right here,
It was not
the
on it.
city engineer will be reviewing the full environmental assessment form provided in the application from the developer's engineer.
Yeah.
The city engineer will receive written views from the public.
So where is it online?
That's right, but
But
the public cannot make read comments or views if they do not read what the project is.
Where? I mean, I
And
don't
so
know.
here's the thing,
Luke, can you tell me where the plans
I-
are online?
Not on the top of my head. It says northtownwater.org.
Dan, where would they be?
It says northtownwater.org. It says it right
found
there.
the plans
I don't know
online.
the website.
What?
Bottom line is, the city did what it's supposed to per the code. So
No,
everything, yes,
no.
you're
They
not.
told the
well,
public, the
guess
public
what?
would review it,
Sonia,
and
your
it was
time
not
is up.
on.
Guess what?
And
You're misreading it. You're wrong. So that's all I can say. Is you're wrong.
So, Dan,
Listen, I'm not taking this to be a right or wrong, I'm taking this to be, people have a right, they wanted to make comments. In fact, the people who had the litigation about this very project, they didn't know about it.
We
So,
got many
They
comments.
didn't know,
Sonia.
they spent thousands of dollars
Sonia,
to
that's
get
not even
input they
true.
didn't even know about.
first of all,
What I'm
they,
saying is, you know what?
we did
everything is
exactly
hushed
what
up
they
here.
asked, we did exactly what they asked for in their petition. That's what they asked for, to be posted and noticed that way. That's what their lawyer asked for.
No.
I did what
Sonia, let
their
him
lawyer
finish.
asked for. That's exactly what their lawyer asked for. And that's what I did.
Thank you. The lawyer, the judge says you gotta go back to square one.
Didn't happen, never went to see a judge. I settled it with their attorney, never saw the judge. You don't know what you're talking about. I talked to their attorney, we figured it out. This is what he wanted me to do. Never went in front of a judge. You're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, so straighten me out. I'd
I
like
just
to
told
see
you what happened.
I would like to see a copy of the judge's order.
There's no judge's order. It never went in front of a judge.
When they had the litigation,
We would,
Never
there
went in
had
front
to
of a
be,
judge.
there had
we
to be a
complied with
decision.
their
It
request.
wasn't. I worked it out with their attorney.
Well, explain to me what happened with that litigation.
We can talk to
I
you.
just
after.
told you.
Your time is up, we'll talk to you at the end of the
I
meeting.
spoke, I don't know, I'll say it on the record. I spoke with their attorney. We worked out a mutual agreement on how we were gonna move forward. One of those was the posting requirements, which the city followed. So the way it was posted was the way that the petitioner's attorney wanted us to do it. So if you have a problem with that, take it up with their attorney, the people who started the litigation. That's how this was done.
So you're saying Richard Lippis, you and he talked together,
Correct.
and it was decided it'll be enough to just do the, unassigned, this public notice?
That's what they requested. That's what they put in their paperwork.
Okay, I understood. The engineer had a public notice that he said it is to be in his office reviewed, or it can be online. And I'm
No.
saying to you, it was not.
Sonia,
Now,
Sonia.
Listen,
We're going
Sonia.
past Richard Lipsis.
Right, Richard Lippis, his file though, his paperwork said that he wanted it in the environmental file down in the clerk's office. That's where it was, and you were able to
As
come
it
here.
should be, as it
Right,
should be.
so that's what they requested. We did exactly what they requested. So I don't know what more you want to
But it's this
do.
law that was not followed.
It was,
And-
it was.
And listen, I
Well,
just,
then, you know what, if you don't think we followed it, then litigate it yourself. Because I'm telling you 100% that we followed it correctly, and I will back that up in court 100%. I'll tell you that.
here's the thing, here's
No,
my,
I'm done talking about it. Your time's up. Please sit down.
So I have a question. The public notice here does say it's online.
It doesn't. It says the plans are online.
The plans, and where are they online?
Engineering department.
So why aren't they on the agenda for the planning board then?
They were on the agenda yesterday. It was
Yesterday.
tabled
No, but why aren't they online on the planning board agenda? Why not just put it all in the same spot?
because it was through the city engineer's office,
So that would be a discussion with,
the city engineer.
So-
That's what it says in the notice.
so from now on, can we just, any plans, proposed plans be on the agenda with everything?
Can they be on the agenda?
So you have the
The
breakdown, we have
plans, the plans will
property
be,
number
the plans will
one.
be provided as required by law.
Sonia,
That's what I'll
thank you.
say.
Thank you, Sonia.
it's normal for agenda items, the material to be on planning commission for
Yeah.
people to view.
It is, Sonia.
Thank
It
you,
is
Sonia.
normal.
Thank you.
Anybody else wishing to speak on tonight's agenda items and tonight's agenda only, please step up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Seeing that there's none, we'll move on and roll the minutes.
Approval of the minutes of the regular session, June 19th, 2018.
Make a motion.
Moved by Alderman Zazoka,
I'll second.
second by Alderman Berube.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Proof of publication published, 6/13/2018, legal notice, invitation for bids for the purchase of natural gas for the wastewater treatment plant, superintendent wastewater water.
Make the motion,
Nope, I gotta go through them all.
sorry.
Proof of publication published, 6/14/2018, legal notice, invitation for bids for anionic polymer for the wastewater treatment plant, superintendent wastewater water. Proof of publication published, 6/14/2018, legal notice, invitations for bids for dry catonic organic polymer for the wastewater treatment plant, superintendent wastewater water. Proof of publication published, 6/16/2018, public notice, the city of North Tonawanda has received an application to construct 16 new 4-unit townhomes at 1100 Sweeney Street, city engineer. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Moved by Alderman Tyler,
I'll second.
second by Alderwoman Braun.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
Communications from city officials, superintendent wastewater water, approval of project 2018-01, change order number 1, wastewater treatment plant, southwest digester cleaning.
Make the motion that we accept the change order in the order of $21,292 for additional work.
Moved by Alderman
I'll
Pecoraro.
second that
Second by
motion.
Alderman Zazoka.
Can I have roll call on this item, please?
Alderman Tyler,
Aye.
Pecoraro,
Aye.
Ruby,
Aye.
Ron,
Aye.
Zazoka.
Aye, motion carries.
From the city accountant regarding payment of the abstract of claims dated July 3rd, 2018.
Make the motion, we pay the abstract?
Moved by Alderman Pecoraro,
I'll second.
seconded by Alderwoman Braun.
We have a motion and a second, roll call, please.
Alderman Tyler,
Aye.
Pecoraro,
Aye.
Ruby,
Aye.
Braun,
Aye.
Zazoka.
Aye, motion carried.
From the accountant regarding approval of the 2019 seasonal and part-time wage schedule.
I'll make that motion for the approval.
Moved by Alderman
I'll
Zazoka,
second that.
seconded by Alderman Pecoraro.
We have a motion and a second, let's have roll call on this as well, please.
Alderman Tyler,
Aye.
Pecoraro,
Aye.
Ruby,
Aye.
Braun,
Aye.
Zazoka.
Aye, motion carries.
From the fire chief, appointment of Mark J. Leduca as a firefighter for the North Tonawanda Fire Department.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Moved by Alderwoman Braun, seconded by Alderman Pecoraro.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
From traffic safety regarding various traffic safety recommendations from their June meeting.
Make a motion that we accept the recommendations.
Moved by Alderman Zazoka,
I'll second it.
seconded by Alderman Tyler.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
From the communications from others, from the Carousel Society regarding permission for the Carousel Society to apply for a grant from the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation Program.
I'll make the motion.
I'd like to second that.
Moved by Alderwoman Braun, seconded by Alderman Pecoraro.
We have a motion and a second. Let's do roll call on this one as well.
Alderman Tyler,
Aye.
Pecoraro,
Aye.
Ruby,
Aye.
Braun,
Aye.
Zazoka.
Aye, motion is carried. At this point, if anybody wishes to speak on any city business for the good of the city, please step forward and state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, everyone. Kathy Schwann, 224 DeMatteo Drive. I just wanted to request that I'm put on the workshop for next Tuesday. I know I could follow it up with a letter, but I just wanted to give you a little heads up. I'm requesting that the city allow me to remove part of the retaining wall that abuts the sidewalk going between, thank you guys, between our building at 62 Webster Street, because what it is we want to,
Just turn off, it's fine.
we want to
Sorry.
utilize the area. Should I wait?
No, keep going.
Okay. I do have some pictures. Kaz was at our building today, and I can hand them out.
It's for egress issues, right, Kat?
Yeah,
Mhm.
because, as you notice, the,
Yeah.
maybe it's- so this is the
Right,
fire
and
escape.
to extend it out properly into an actual egress path, they would have to remove that wall, right?
Okay, I have another copy here.
So, Kaz, is it, what was it, smile? This is fun. I'd have to check, but is there a requirement of feet of a landing before you hit an egress path like that? So,
No, your final stair
Mhm.
can be your landing, at the
Right.
base of the stairs.
so,
The requirement of a landing kicks in depending on the total run of the egress path.
so, so it's not a 3-foot landing pad before it touches that. Because, I mean, you can imagine if someone's going down those stairs and they stop, like if they get off and the building ends right here, and you're like going like that, and people are running across, that seems hazardous.
There's no requirement for people landing at grade,
Okay.
grade measure landing.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, okay.
I'm just giving a heads up, I'll be here next week and I'll have it spelled out, but I just wanted to let you know ahead of time because of the weather and that. It's time.
Great.
Of the essence. Okay, so those are for file and I'll be back next week hopefully. I'd like to congratulate the new fireman, Mr. Leduca. Congratulations. Good job. And there's one other thing, I don't know, I wasn't here in the beginning, I don't know if you took a moment of silence for the trooper. But that'd be nice at the end. Thoughts and prayers for that family. Okay, thank you, I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Kathy.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else wishing to speak on any city business for the good of the city, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, my name is Mark Leduc at 913 Block Road. I just want to thank you all for the appointment of the firefighter position, and I look forward to serving this community.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Anybody else wishing to speak on any city business for the good of the city, please step forward.
Good evening, Sonia Duza, for the good of the city. And the information of the city. I see on the news, there is going to be a public hearing, but it doesn't say what that hearing is about. In fact, it says, well, let me read it. A public hearing will be held on July 10, 2018 at 6 p.m. in the Common Council Chambers located at City Hall, 216 Payne Avenue, North Tonawanda, New York, 14120, to discuss the potential submission of an application of the New York State Office of Community Renewal for Community Development Block Grant funding for a public infrastructure project on 5th, 6th, and 7th Avenue. More detailed information regarding the project will be presented at the hearing. Accommodations for disabled, and residents who cannot attend, can express to the Community Development Office. Why is it that when there's a public hearing, people learn about it from you and you tell them, we're going to want your input and this is what we are going for. Here is what it's about. We'd like to know what you think about this. To me, that is following through on what it's about. Anybody disagree with me?
We're having a public hearing to inform the public on what you just read.
In public, I believe, as I remember, they would be asked to make comments. That's why this is a federal law
They
requiring
would
it.
be asked to make comments after the public hearing.
What is it?
They would be asked to make comments at the public hearing,
At the
And
public
after.
hearing, as I had recalled, and I participated several times, many times, that they wanted input from us. And then you see it in the paper sometimes, nobody showed up, no comments to report.
You'll have to go out and recruit people to come here then. I mean, it's been publicized. It's been publicized and that's what we want.
What I'm saying to you is, when you're gonna have wanting input from somebody, and there's this hearing coming up, there's a plan or an application, you wanna get people's input before it goes through. So anything that people don't like, or no, or hey, we love it, you wanna have that information.
It's a public hearing.
That's what the public hearing is
So then
about.
nothing's being
We're not
like
making a
decided on.
decision, we're just having a public hearing to notify the public of what is going
And I
on.
remember many times during the community development block grants, they would, before a common council meeting, they would have that hearing. Then at the 15 minutes later, they would be announcing, yes, we're gonna go for this grant. they never discussed, or we didn't hear any discussion, what was good or bad. It was rubber stamped right away.
2 minutes, Sonia.
That's what it's been for decades.
I don't know, I don't
And
think.
so what I'm saying to you is, let's change that. The other thing,
So you don't want a public hearing?
I sent an email that I received today. Dan, did you get that email?
I just saw the email, I haven't had time to look at it though.
Well, let me tell you, it's about, I'm a member of the American Planning Association, and I frequently get emails. This is an email which I was really interested because it talks about Town of Amherst want ad for a senior planner. I wish you would read what they do and how much they pay, what the job description is and how much they pay. I was surprised, I thought they paid more than that because they do very advanced, intensive community involvement, and what a contrast. So when you read my email, you'll understand.
Sonia, I will forward that email on to all the councilmen, the mayor, and members of the planning board.
And I did also ask you to do just that to everyone, community development.
I will.
You know, many years ago, I was asking for a planner, senior, in the 60s, a full-time. They were saying, no, balking at it. I said, a part-time, nothing. We don't even have a planning department. Can't get a planner. This is really, really bad. And I've lived here all my life. I've developed a strong interest in community development planning. And you know what? We would have been so far progressed, awake, and with it if we had a planner years ago, because they're worth their weight. They're worthwhile having it. I can't say enough about it. So if I can just give you this, you have a copy. I'll give it to the press so they can see what I'm
Sure,
talking
Sonia,
about.
like I said, I will email them all what you sent me.
This is Town of Amherst.
Anybody else wishing to speak on any city business? For the good of the city, please step forward. State your name and address.
Patricia Wentz, 722 Nash Road. I know the engineer's not here, but I was wondering if there were any updates on the center lane going down Nash Road? Or any more,
The repurposing of Nash Road.
well, I don't know
Yeah,
exactly what it was
that-
called. It was, we had the little meeting.
We haven't had, any more discussion about that
Okay.
at the time.
We had that public hearing,
Right,
and,
I
you know,
get
And
that.
it was an informed public hearing.
that was a jab, but yes.
Yeah, I was
And,
here.
it was weird because a lot of the residents did, I think you were there, you look very familiar. Yeah, I talked to you.
Yes, I was the
And,
resident that was here.
And, a lot of people didn't like currently what is going on that street, but they also didn't want to move forward, it seemed. So it was a little confusing, I think,
Yeah.
for a couple of us, like,
Well, I just didn't know if there was
Are you in favor of
any
it?
more, no, I wasn't, but
You
I
weren't?
was,
Oh, okay.
but I was just wondering if there was anything, moving forward with it. that-
No,
No,
we haven't
I didn't
talked
think
about
so, but, okay,
No.
thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
We'll have Dale prevent anything else as it comes forward, but thank you. Anybody else wishing to speak on any city business, please step forward, state your name and address. Anybody else? All right, seeing that there's none, let's move into closing comments. Let's start with Austin Tyler.
It is hot today, guys. So you can imagine what this feels like right now. Of course, congratulations, both Girl Scouts. I'm glad one stayed. She's in it to win it, I guess, right? Well, hello. And Kathy Schwann's still here. Kathy, I do have to say, Canal Club, I was there the other week. I've known you for a long time, but the progress that you've made, especially on that back area, I'm glad Kaz is helping you with it. It's fantastic. So, good job, Kathy. Last thing is just, I hope that, Sonia, hi. Your comments, I always take them to heart. I do. And like we said, we don't always agree on things, but I like your spirit and your energy. I would hope that we make it a little bit easier for residents to sort of review those plans that are going to be presented to the Planning and Zoning Board. And I would ask other council members to also support that that we put those plans online with the agenda. Much like when you go online and you see our agenda, all this stuff with it, right? Information on it. And me, I would like to see what kind of building is going in my backyard, if there is a decision on it. And I wouldn't want to jump through hoops to find it every month, right? So I would hope that others also do feel the same. It's an easy task. So thank you, everyone, and I hope you have a great 4th of July.
Thank you. Alderman Bob Pecoraro.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mark, welcome to the fire department. It's great to have you on board. And Noel, congratulations on your Gold Star Award. It's quite an accomplishment overall, and I just want to say congratulations on that. And your community service is spectacular. Because it's coming up on the 4th of July holiday, please indulge me. I'm going to read an essay I wrote for the Gazette on what the flag means to me, and it really, these are personal reflections of my time serving in the United States Air Force, so that's why it meant so much to me that the Gazette published what I wrote, and I'd like to read it to you. The flag means the expectations of people it represents. The flag flying over a liberated Kuwait 6 months after the Iraqi army invaded, imposing their will during a brutal occupation, killing 1,000 Kuwaiti civilians, means tyranny will not be tolerated. When 13,000 Americans were threatened by terrorist attacks in Lebanon in 2006, the flag means the capability to protect citizens abroad by their immediate evacuation. At home, when a hurricane strikes, the flag means the ability to quickly generate relief, including medical support and rebuilding of lives, giving hope. When a U.S. helicopter crashed in Iraq, the Air Operations Center coordinated for a critical care team and a C-17 airborne ambulance. After medical assessment, the survivors required immediate treatment with a restriction of an 18-hour nonstop flight to the Burn Treatment Center in San Antonio, Texas. The C-17 flew nonstop to Texas, undergoing 2 air refuelings, saving 2 lives. The flag means the expectation of excellence. So the flag means exceeding the hopes and dreams of all American citizens at home and abroad, and it specifically means tyranny won't be tolerated, protection of all citizens, bringing hope from despair, and the expectation of excellence. And I wanted to read that for you as we get prepared to go into the 4th of July holiday, that freedom really matters and our flag matters along with it. Thank you for attending this evening, and I wish you all the best on the 4th of July holiday, one that I truly embrace because it's not something that we should ever take for granted. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for that reflection on that. Alderman Mark Berube.
To keep it short, I'd like to congratulate Mark also on his appointment, and also congratulate Noel and Gabrielle, who is left, on all of their hard work to get to that gold award. I know it takes a lot of time and effort, and you are to be congratulated. And it's always so nice when we have good things happening with kids, instead of always reading in the papers all the negativity and all the bad things that are happening and stuff. And I would just like everybody, again, to enjoy tomorrow as a national holiday. Thank you.
Donna Braun.
Thank you. I too would like to congratulate Noel and Gabrielle on their high honor gold award through the Girl Scouts. I know Noel personally, and she is a great, gives back to our community, and to work with the seniors at the senior center is a great feat. And there is a lot of seniors out there that do not know how to use a cell phone or iPad. So congratulations to you both. Also, welcome to our fire department, Mr. LaDuca. Chief Sikora made a great choice, I'm sure. Also, Kathy, thank you for reaching out to us and keeping us informed and coming to our workshop next week. You have done such a fabulous job downtown on Webster Street and continue to look at ways to improve it. And last but not least, I would like to have everybody have a great, safe 4th of July holiday tomorrow. Thank you.
Mayor Arthur Pappas.
Just, I'll just keep it short. most of the congratulatory remarks have already been made. Noel, thank you for everything you've done, and Gabrielle, who left, but stop picking on our young people, is what I would say after hearing things like this. Because there's so many good things that many of them are accomplishing, and they're not often recognized, and when it's a chance like this to recognize some really deserving students, I think it's great for the city to do this, and the county and the state to recognize this. So I always say, just don't pick on all our young people, because they do a great job in many, many situations. And Mr. LaDuca, congratulations, welcome to the fire department. I know you have to work with Chief Sikora, and, but I want to tell you, the chief is very fussy about who he wants to appoint to that department. I called him a fuss budget, and he didn't know what the word meant. So he had to look it up to find out what fuss budget meant, and but when the chief picks someone for his department, you can bet that he's got a lot of faith in that person. And he does his background and research on it to check that person out. So congratulations and welcome. And everybody have a good, safe Fourth.
City Attorney Luke Brown.
I'd like to take Kathy's suggestion, and for my time, I'd like to take a moment of silence for the New York State Trooper that lost his life. Thank you.
And City Clerk Treasurer Dan Quinn.
I'd like to congratulate Mark. I'm glad to have another qualified person on the force. And Noel, congratulations. You did a great job. Your parents have to be proud of you, and I certainly know I couldn't have done it.
We know that.
Ouch.
She's a girl, you're not a girl.
Exactly, that's why you did a great job.
And lastly, folks, just to make a few comments here to wrap things up a little bit. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of sitting in at a CHANT meeting, which is our Coalition Health Alliance in North Tonawanda regarding substance abuse and teenage kind of assessment, community assessment on what our needs are here in North Tonawanda. And we had many constructive exercises where we are trying to assess the areas that need to be addressed on where our youth, as far as what substances they are currently on or taking, or in areas where in the city that we can improve on identifying and making it known and creating an awareness so that we can deal with this problem. A lot of times Bob went through great efforts, Bob Pecoraro, to put on a town hall meeting for CHANT, and I just want to say this publicly, you know, just because we go to or we attend this meeting doesn't mean that, you know, you're under the scrutiny of, you know, boy, somebody must be having a problem in that family. I think it's going there, listening to what they have to say. You come away with it with knowing a lot more about North Tonawanda, our needs, our students, what our students say, and, you know, I think you encourage people to come to the meeting. This isn't something as a public shameful thing. This is something to try to correct the problem and get an awareness of how many people it affects and how many families are affected, so that we can identify that, and this group is truly dedicated to finding out the answers, the solution, the problem, and it was a very fruitful meeting last night. There was quite a bit of attendance. I just like to see more people at the meetings to hear about what resources are available. And I'll give a shout out to Chris Stantz in the audience. He was there yesterday. We partnered up in our group, and I just wanted to thank him for his community involvement. And I urge anyone to look into this. Lisa Petriangelo is the director. She does a good job. She's doing a ribbon cutting for her office over at the community center. 5 o'clock Thursday, if anybody wants to see the facility where she's working at and talk to her about her goals and plans for this community. I was very impressed. Also, I just wanted to say welcome to Mark Aduca. You know, you're working for a fine chief who, as we all have said, is very careful on who he picks for his recruits and for his people that he wants to be on his firefighting team. So congratulations. And, you know, Noel, you know, I wanted to just, I'm happy to acknowledge all your achievements. And obviously you've worked hard for this prestigious award. And I just want to congratulate you once again on that. Other than that, I want everyone to have a safe and happy 4th. We do have a parade tomorrow that's going to be for the kids. Many of us will be in that parade. It starts at Pine Woods. The lineup is about 9:30, I believe, Donna. And 10 o'clock is the parade. It's going to go from Pine Woods to the Carousel Museum. I think it was a big hit last year, so if anybody wants to pass the word on that, I'm looking forward to attending that tomorrow morning. Other than that, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So
Second?
A motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting is adjourned.
A couple of pictures I thought looked like you had fun.